Welcome to our guest. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, my channel goes by Harley's Timeout, and I work very closely with Annie.
Come on my show. We'll see what we can make happen.
You came on my show last week.
I've been going on FML quite a bit too, haven't I?
Yeah, we traumatized you with some cooking videos, didn't we?
Yeah, not just once either. I'm like, remember that one time that I tortured you with cooking videos? I'm like, no, I remember that multiple times that you tortured me with cooking videos. Oh my god. I did. I watched. I don't know why I did, but I continued to watch the terrible cooking videos. That's the worst part, is that you warned me and I watched anyway.
And the thing is, I didn't even put the worst one there that you said was straight up cat food.
It legitimately made me sick to look at that. I was like, nope, scrolling away. Let's hope. Just gonna type away at the conversation and hope that it can, nudge itself out of my view.
I like to torture Annie.
Speaking of torture, by the way, we're gonna be going back down the BitChute rabbit hole a bit tonight.
All fares in love and war.
Well, look, this is a different type of torture because honestly, I do genuinely believe that treating food like that should be a war crime. Anyway, and we'll talk about that one day when I run for president. But until then,
many are disappointed that he was.
Nope.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Don't acknowledge it. It's like it never even happened. Right?
No. It was meant to happen, Annie.
Okay, I'll leave that in. I'll intentionally edit this back in. That way people will know. I could see someone being like, yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna edit in more errors to the regular one that's not for patrons.
Yeah, we can just like get errors from previous shows and edit those in as well.
I gotta edit out this part so the people don't know our plans. The people watching right now, they'll be in on it, but you guys can be our investors.
Let's take a look at this video.
Many are disappointed that he was not anywhere near as authoritarian as we hoped he would be. Many of you pissed. You wanted him to rule with an iron fist. Many of us had believed that he would do that, including myself at times. I thought he might do some things that would be outside the norms of governance, and instead,
that was completely wrong. You thought this was going to be different? You thought he was going to be any different? Well, you saw all this merchandise. You have it on your fucking head right now. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, he's surrounded by it. Look at his house. Running a museum or something?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know how the fuck they were roped into this. I don't know how the fuck they fucking bought that, like, oh yeah, Trump is gonna be different. Also, rule with an iron fist. I don't know about you. Like, hey, maybe a bunch of right-wingers wanted him to rule with an iron fist, cry for authoritarianism, until it happens and they don't like it.
It's always a contradiction. Like,
these are the same people that cry and scream and bitch when they fucking get censored off of social media. Right-wing ideas are being targeted. We're being targeted just because we're right-wing.
But if they had the opportunity and they were in charge of those websites, they'd be doing the same fucking thing.
They are. We saw Parler. Parler was fucking just censoring fucking lefties just because they were on the left. It didn't matter if they broke rules or not.
It was never going to be enough. Let's be honest. No matter what he ended up doing. When I look at someone like this, I'm just like, wow, like this wasn't enough for you. Then what's your limit? Like, and I have to imagine that it's pretty fucking far if this isn't far enough. You know what I mean?
A house like Game of Thrones plaque with MAGA on it.
Exactly. He's in denial. He's in denial.
I just noticed that. Oh my god.
This is like a fandom to him. You know what I mean? He's probably on the subreddit. Oh wait, that's gone.
He wanted Trump to ride in on 3 fucking dragons and just nuke the entire Washington.
He wanted something out of a fucking Elder Scrolls game. That's what he wanted to see.
You ended up with probably the least authoritarian president.
Is all this stuff going to end up in a yard sale then? He sounds really pissed.
Did you know that Trump's actually been talking about starting his own called the Patriot Party?
Yeah. It's not going to go anywhere. I've made this prediction and I'm pretty confident about it. I do not think that a Trump will win the presidency again within our lifetimes. I think Trump has utterly fucked himself, and anyone saying, oh, well, Ivanka will run, I do not think the American people are going to trust the Trump family ever again.
They don't have the mannerisms of Donald Trump. People aren't going to like them like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They're not Trump.
Ivanka would not make it out of the first debate.
You say what you want about Trump, but at least to some people, he had charisma and was appealing, and they just don't have that.
I don't think smiling gets you through a debate, does it?
I don't think it does, yeah. That's all she would do, too. She'd just stand there, and then she'd be like, it's really hard to be a woman in politics.
Next, Sarah Palin, 100%.
So she needs, like, a woman on the stage that'll just fucking destroy her. Maybe Sarah Palin.
Honestly, like, she could. Like, isn't that weird? Like, thinking,
she could.
Like, yeah, Sarah Palin.
I do, too. I want to see Palin v. Ivanka. I want it.
Damn, Annie.
On the debate stage with Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson, just like I predicted.
Oh God!
It's gonna be the 4 of them, 4-way debate.
God.
Only a mouth-breathing fucktard.
Dude.
I can't believe you used the word fucktard.
Fucktard, dude. No, he avoided the overuse of power. Are you fucking kidding me? This dude fucking passed executive order after executive order after executive order. This dude, all he did, executive orders and pardons. That's what he's fucking known for. Like, what are you fucking talking about? He fucking bypassed Congress and the Senate a number of fucking times on a number of issues. He just fucking decreed fucking laws out of his fucking ass whenever he fucking felt like it. Why do you think Biden had to overturn so many of them right away? Yeah, he needs to undo everything that Trump did, but then aside from that, I'm not a fan of executive orders for the exact reason of what's happening right now. Donald Trump passed a bunch of executive orders, and now Biden will have the chance to veto those executive orders, or not veto them, but pass his own executive orders, overturn those executive orders. Then next, if Biden does a bunch of executive orders himself, for example, let's say Bernie in some fantasy universe convinces Biden, we need to pass Medicare for all. It's very important. We need to get it done, and if you do it, I will give you this secret technique that I learned from the Kama Sutra that will help you to please your beautiful wife, Dr. Jill Biden. All you have to do,
all right,
pass Medicare.
Go to bed, Bernie. Yeah, you've got a big filibuster in the morning, Bernie. Come on. Good night, Bernie. Good night, Bernie.
Next Republican could just overturn it. It's not a way that you want to get stuff fucking passed. It's a way to get like emergency shit passed. Actual long-term policy, it's not fucking helpful. That's one of the reasons, by the way, I was never fully on board of this idea of Bernie becoming president and just signing everything into order by executive order. Because again, the next Republican to come along would have just overturned all of that. People don't fucking understand this. Local elections, very fucking important. Down ballots, vote locally, vote in the midterms. Like, that is how you get shit passed.
I was gonna say, your impression was really good, but I think it would have been better if it was like a bad impression of Paul Zigo's impression of Brett Keane the whole time, and that way I could have put it out for my 100,000 followers.
Oh yeah. We could do that, and we can like do like a prank call where like I'm like, oh hi there guys, I'm Bernie Sanders, and I'm just smoking a doobie situation.
That's like if I made the title of this video like, I have a conversation with Bernie Sanders about the aftermath of Joe Biden's presidency. Oh god.
Dude, we should watch that video on Underhaven at some point.
He makes a ton of them, so we can just watch another one when he comes out.
I actually have a second one already that's even worse than the one I played on my channel.
No.
He was not authoritarian, would not abuse his powers. So much so that when he was leaving...
That pisses you off, right?
Yeah, because right there, mask off moment, he would not abuse his powers. They wanted him to abuse his power, even though he
did, by the way.
He did. He absolutely fucking did. He broke so many fucking laws. The emoluments clause, about 1,000,001 times. So much shit he did.
These people are huge fucking problems. Small influences on the internet, like the middle range people, because they fly under the radar. Like, this isn't like a Ben Shapiro. This is like someone who probably has a small enough following, but following of people who just believe everything he says and they're never challenged on it.
He didn't even put out any pardons for himself or his family.
Because he couldn't. He tried. He was looking into it. He wanted to.
So this was the least authoritarian person I think we thought we were going to have. He was also a lot more pro-peace than I think many thought he might be.
Most of it was hollow gestures.
Sure. But like he did try and do a few things that I gave him credit for at the time. Of course, they didn't pan out in the end, but like at least he's not doing what Bush was doing and then Obama started doing as well. Now I am sure Trump did his fair share of drone strikes.
I wonder if when we get those numbers, if it'll be higher than Obama.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, because that's the other thing. At the time, all we could see is his posturing. We were never going to know whether or not he was actually doing shit behind the scenes. Once it comes out, yeah, it might prove that he's actually worse. That was one of the right-wing selling points, is he's anti-war. He wants to end the war. What are you talking about? No one thought he was pro-peace. He was openly pro-peace. He was like, these are stupid wars. That's how he campaigned. What are you talking about? Let's right-wing watch.
We have our polls. We have our prognosticators. We have our news. And if you listen, Daniel would be dead today. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would have been burned. Israel.
I swear to God, I grew up in this shit. This is like an exact sermon I've heard like 1,000,000 times before.
God, he's so aggressive looking though, isn't he?
No, this music is meant to like elicit emotions while they're speaking. Like I've been to several churches where they do this while the pastor is trying to give some like heartfelt speech, and like it's supposed to make you feel more emotional as he's talking. It's a psychological trick.
If they could literally like zoom in on the camera, like that's the type of emotional manipulation that they're going for.
Think about the accusations that came against him regarding the porn, whatever she was. That never panned out.
It was proven.
Impeachment. Come on. People were writing the ministry saying, we're so afraid. He's impeached. Oh, no, we're done.
Yeah, because fear-mongering by dumbasses like you.
It's a total abuse of power, isn't it?
It really
and
is.
you're feeding off emotions when they go to a place of worship, emotionally, vulnerable, and then to then plow this onto them.
They feed off of your emotion and whatever shit you're going through in your life, and they tell you God will make it all better. You just have to come here and serve God. But then they add this fucking bullshit into it. They add political shit into it, push their political agenda at the pulpit, and try to control people already emotionally vulnerable, already going through shit, and already extremely susceptible to a lot of bullshit.
A lot of people in leadership positions when it comes to churches and shit like that, they definitely are fucking malicious, and they're just using their religion as an excuse to control people no matter what they can do. There's going to be a wide variety of different interpretations that people have. And it's usually them just shoving their ideology subtly down people's throats. Now, is everyone that fucking malicious? No. The common people who go to church, I wouldn't say are malicious, but the people in the leadership positions behind these religions are, usually.
That's what the church is kind of built as, is, this place that you go to for like sanctuary when you're at your lowest kind of thing.
Preying on people.
And then, so you're going to take all these people who are struggling with so much, and then you're going to kind of brainwash them with all of this as well?
In some cases, very much literally. It's just like you fucking said, like people in the church who do, charitable acts, but the church preys on those type of people, those good-willed people, those people who are actually like, kind to others, and they try and get them indoctrinated in the whole program so that they make it look good from the outside. And there are good people who are involved in the church. Like I said, the people in leadership are often the ones who are malicious. I don't think the average churchgoer has any problem. In some cases it does get to that point. They just become so indoctrinated, try and make their own family like a bit of a fucking cult.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No, there's a lot of religious parents. I've talked about my dad before, and the fact that my dad always wanted to be a pastor.
People want to be little fucking authoritarians. Why do you think that there are people who want that reflected in their leadership?
They want it to be normalized.
When you see like these pastors and they're rich beyond anyone's dream, and then you're like, well, hang on a second, that's not exactly what religion should be.
Pretty sure Jesus didn't have a private jet. Here's the line that I draw. Your religion is something that's between you and whatever faith you have. That's 100% okay. But when you try and instill that faith,
that's not good. Your own, moral compass, that's on you.
In the arms of the angel.
I feel like I'd be battered.
I'm getting some Steven Anderson vibes off this guy.
And hello, Rubby Tedskin.
That's the actual Teddy Rubskin. That's his new fucking
what
channel.
up?
The first video I introduced Tara to was Teddy Rubskin's Chili Dog Surprise. In fact, probably the only actually disgusting Teddy Rubskin video that they're actually doing. I don't think any of his other videos are gross, but that one's fucking nasty. And that's the first introduction that she had Teddy fucking Rubskin.
You'll love it. Why not, eh?
Is that Teddy Sanders?
Yes, it's Teddy Sanders.